Hey, welcome. 6 months update with Silver, and I thought I'd start by just showing you he's getting better. And a lot of that has to do with we were gone for a week, and I took him over to DeLaw's Lindsay's and had DeLaw's work with him for a week, and DeLaw's mostly just worked on this right here. Just getting him being a lot better about looking at you and not being upset about being around you and things like that. And it really has helped him. I told you on the last video that stiffness, that I really felt like the root of it was fear. And I still think that. And so by helping him get over the fear, the stiffness is gradually getting better. And so that's really a big thing. Just the fact that he'd stand there and let me scratch on him. That's a new thing. He's just getting a whole lot better. So I'm going to halter him, saddle him, and show you where he's at. Okay, that's getting a lot better, isn't it? A lot better. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of show you where he's at 6 months of training. Oh. And before I do that, one more thing about me taking him over to DeLaw's. I've been working with horses and sort of kind of training them for 50 years. I don't know everything, and neither do you. Okay? And so anytime any of us gets to the point where we think, oh, I don't need any help, then you might as well quit and go home. He had that issue with his head, always turning his head, and I've shown it to you many times on previous videos, and it was getting better, but it wasn't fixed. And I knew that DeLaw's is really good at that kind of stuff, so I took him over there and said, can you help me with this? And he said yes, and he did, and it's a lot better. And so I think no matter who we are, we always have to be lifelong learners, and I am not the least bit afraid to tell you that I need to learn more. I know a lot, but there's a lot I don't know. And so it got him a lot better with the stiffness. It's still not perfect, but it is much better than it was. It's a little windy today, so he might be a little goosey, and he tends to be a little goosey when I first get on him, which I did, just now got on him. What we've got working for us here is he's getting a lot better at bending his head. See, he got a little goosey right there. He did that yesterday too. Just when I first got on him, he's like, okay, everything's bothering me. Everything's bothering me. So let me just kind of work on that a second here. That's the I'm still a Mustang thing. Okay. All right. And this is how I worked through it yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, I don't remember. I just said, hey, it's okay. You're all right. You don't have to get all goobery about nothing. So, hope you guys can just watch me work through this. Can't get in a hurry about it. Takes however long it takes. And yesterday it took 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. And I just kind of rode him around, flapping my arms and kind of reminding him everything's all right. Life's good. Okay. So, I've got good movement with the hindquarters. Pretty good right there. I've got some movement with the forequarters right there. And that part of that's him just being kind of spooky. Let's move the hindquarters this way. And I'm not even using my spur, I'm just touching him with my calf. Now let's move the shoulders this way, right there. He will let me bend him around here at a walk and a trot. And I haven't warmed him up, so it's not going to be very good right here. But see, he's not fighting that nearly like he used to. And this needs to get a lot better. On both sides, I need to be able to ride this horse with his head coming around there without him fussing and fighting and carrying on about it. So there you go, that's getting better. And we're up to, I'm going to say, somewhere between 45 and 50 rides on this horse. Most domestic horses I have trained would be farther along than he is at this juncture, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean he's not smart. Doesn't mean anything. It just means that he's doing this at his own pace and what he's able to do. And there's something else we hadn't been able to do before. Ooh. Okay. Back up. He's starting to get the hang of that. Starting to get the hang of that. That's actually pretty good. That's better than it was yesterday. So I like that. Okay. I'm getting a bit of a give here. It's not good enough yet that I'm ready to start trying to get his face at a walk. That'll probably come in the next 10 rides or so. I don't want to do it yet because he just, I don't know, he just still feels to me like he's not ready for it. So I think I'm just going to trot him around these cones a little bit and show you some circles at a trot. And again, I haven't warmed him up, so he might still be a little bit goosey. And I do use my inside leg, which he's kind of learned that I'm bumping him with my inside left leg. That means bend around it. I come around to this next pole and bend him around to the right. And notice that I'm not pulling. When I do this, my inside hand comes up, okay? It comes up like this. The reason for that, and you might think if you've not done it very much that would cause him to want to tip his nose up, but it doesn't. Look at his nose. His nose is going down. But that keeps his shoulder from dropping into the inside, because if you come up to a horse, I'll ride toward you so you can see. If you reach down like this and pull him out, then that shoulder drops into the turn. I don't know if you could see it, but his shoulder dropped right into the turn. And you don't want that. But instead, if you'll lift up, then he'll keep his shoulder up and he'll still make the turn. He's still got the pressure on the right side of his mouth and the left side because it's a side pull bit, but his shoulder's not dropping into the turn. And so he's getting better. Something I've done from lunging him, but I haven't done it under saddle yet, is ride over this little jump over here. So I'm just going to ride him over this. I've not done it from the saddle. And just in case he decides to jump over it, I'll just grab my night latch here. I don't think he will. I think he'll just walk over it real nice. Yeah, he did. Okay, there we go. And so I also got him to jump over those barrels over there. I had him in a row, and I had him jumping over those from, I was lunging him. He didn't really like it, but he did it. All right, one last thing I'll do here. Let me see if he's going to be okay. Yeah, I think he's all right. I wanted to show you this horse's lope. He just has a really nice little, smooth little lope. He just got this little rocking chair lope that is smooth as can be. And then I'll see if he'll get a stop here. And, ooh. Okay, you notice I don't pull on him to stop him. If he didn't stop, I would bend him to a stop. He's just not quite ready for a pull to stop. But he's got that real nice little lope. It's real smooth and sweet and slow. And he's going to be a grandma horse, so I really don't think grandma's going to be loping him very much. But I do foresee in the future the grandkids probably will be loping this horse, so I do lope him every day. And he's coming along pretty well, and thanks for coming along with Silver. That's his 6-month update.